Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Overwatch for Oath Overwatch 2. Now, my name is Merp. I'm joined by Imperium, and it is so good to have you guys back. It's been, we had to skip 2 weeks because fall break was one, and then we had server issues with the launch of Overwatch 2 for the next. I'm so happy to be here. Imperium, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Glad to be here as well. Looking forward to this Overwatch 2 match tonight. First on stream, just excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing Cosmic versus Rift, but before we get into that, I'm going to go over just a few big changes that Overwatch 2 introduced from the original Overwatch 1. For starters, we went 5v5 instead of the common 6v6. This has now made it so that Oath has 9 teams onboarded total in the roster, and there's a new game mode called Push, which you can essentially break down to it being tug of war with a robot. Whoever gets it farther by the time the timer ends wins. And it's very fun, very interesting. We're gonna have to see how this breaks down. Overwatch 2 is also way more individually based and individual based performance, so I'm not expecting quite as much. Let's all group up together. We're gonna take things slow and hope our tank doesn't die because that doesn't happen anymore in Overwatch 2. Instead, it's individual players. They get their moment to shine and they get to pop off the way they need to, with of course adequate teamwork. Now we're gonna be heading into New Queen Street, Imperium. What are you most excited for about now that we're swapping over to Overwatch 2?
I'm most excited about seeing what these teams both decide to do with the hero pool they're given. Another change with Overwatch 2 over Overwatch 1 is the introduction of three new characters, most of which are commonly played here in New Queen Street. So
Mhm.
seeing them play with this push map is going to be really interesting.
Absolutely, those three new heroes are going to be Junker Queen, Sojourn, and Kiriko. Now, we're not going to delve too specifically into what each of those abilities do. All you really need to know is one of those are a tank, one of those are a DPS, and one of those are support. So you're going to be, you can have all three of the new characters on a team if that is what the teams are going to be playing. We honestly have no idea how this is going to break down. I don't know what kind of hours the teams have been put into this. As we said, the first couple of weeks were kind of off weeks because the launch caused a whole bunch of server issues, and then of course you had fall break. And so it'll be interesting to see exactly what both these teams pull out here. What are we looking at?
So for this map for push, it works similarly like a hybrid between control and escort, whereas both teams are trying to control the robot and push their objective further than the other team is. And we see both teams are getting here, moving into the center where the robot stands in order to fight to push it as far as they can as soon as it opens.
Absolutely. We're going to be seeing two different looks here. We're going to have a ball and a Zarya. Looks like Super Frog is going to be looking for some of that damage, some of that charge even that you get with Zarya's bubbles, while Kill is contesting the cart and trying to keep the enemy off of it. 9.5 minutes on the clock, so this is a 10-minute pool timer for each of these teams to get as far as they need to. And Immortality Field pushed out here from the side of Riff, as Bossman is able to take out Kill super freaking early. Very nice pick there. Will's able to pop the Immortality Field, and they're going to keep pressing forward here. Caught in the tiny room the side of Cosmic is. They're going to be going down one by one slowly but surely. Bossman takes out 3 now in this fight, and that is going to be Riff taking the first fight here.
And we see some great ability usage there from Riff as they push in through Cosmic's heavy type of dive comp there with the Wrecking Ball and the highly mobile characters. All just get in there, try to push the other team around, and get out as quick as they can. But we see Riff did an excellent job of just sticking together, not getting distracted, and just keeping their eye on the objective.
Absolutely. 15 meters and counting here for the side of Riff. As actually it looked like that. It looked like Cosmic actually got it 20 meters ahead. So you're going to be noticing that now Riff is in the lead with 25 meters, and that's what really comes down to this. That's what's really important, is who can push it down the farthest. As we're going to see Cosmic do this re-entry here. Super Frog though, tons of damage on that Zarya. Zarya being very strong in the first patch of Overwatch 2. Hasn't been nerfed yet. Bossman's going to be able to take out Kill before very long, thanks to a whole bunch of the damage from Super Frog. Going to continue pressing forward here, and that amount of power that Zarya is able to give, taking out Dali. And it's another continuous push. They've taken over the first point, and Riff continue pressing forward.
We see both teams, the one of the new characters, Sojourn, on both teams, being played by Will and Zotar, each utilizing their E ability, which just throws a giant orb into the middle and kind of spaces out the other team, preventing them from standing in that area. So it's a good way to space them out.
Bossman has been doing an incredible job at continuing to put the pressure forward. As a Lucio in the new Overwatch 2, you can just move around so freely. These maps have so much high ground and so many different corners to run around. Bossman's able to find another one. He's been on absolute fire, having picked up several picks. Zotar's able to find Dali in the end, and Riff have looked unstoppable so far, but there are still 7 minutes for Cosmic to come back.
And we see Super Frog on the Zarya as the tank now in Overwatch 2. They're just a much stronger character, more of an imposing presence. And we see them using that to just exist in their backline, keeping them from pushing forward, and just using their bubbles to keep them from moving, and doing an excellent job of just being there and being intimidating and keeping them back.
We have multiple ultimates online. You're going to be seeing the path of Kiriko's ultimate combined with the blade to give Dali an extreme amount of swings with the power of that blade as well. He's going to be able to output a lot of damage. You're going to see him find Gula. Zotar is able to find Will, but it will be enough to secure Cosmic the bot, in particular, and they're going to be giving their first chance to push this one forward.
An excellent play there from Cosmic, using those ultimates to secure the point, preventing them from reaching that far. And now we see them running the robot right back down the street, trying to get over to the other side to push it their way. And then we see Ghoul there, keeping their ultimate on the Baptiste, in what could have been, most players would have just used that and used it, but they noticed it was lost and kept it. So they did an excellent job there as we move in this next fight.
Cosmic has the coalescence. We might be able to see them pull it out, as Kill is going to be taking out tons of damage on this Reinhardt, who's gotten quite a few quality of life updates, but it's going to be Super Frog and Ghoul pressing the backline forward, taking out Will and a million Hornets. Riff doing an amazing job at putting out pressure on the backline, and they're once again going to be taking this team fight. They know who to look for, and they've been fighting the picks they need.
Super Frog again doing an excellent job of showing up as a tank, and just busting them around, moving them back and forth, trying to just disrupt them and split them apart. You see, that's exactly what they did, and that's split them up, allowing their DPS to move in. Both of them are highly flexible. Just move in and take the advantage there.
Cosmic finds Will finds a great pick onto Ghoul, I believe it was. As Will's able to find Rattler as well. The Hydra comes through and is able to find 2. That's 4 picks to the side of Will. They're going to be able to push forward here. Cosmic will make it 5, make it the ace. Will he be able to get it? He might be able to get it. The bubble's there. He's got to be careful with that Zarya, getting the high pressure charge. And no, the team will back him up. But great play from Will. He's going to be able to find 4.
Fantastic play from Will, with the help from Kill on the Reinhardt, shielding that, protecting their Cassidy from being shot at or being damaged in order to knock them out of the ult. So it's a perfect play.
We see Kill waiting for the immortality field, waiting for the bubbles to be used. The shatter comes through. It's going to be able to find 2. The coalescence comes up as well. Going to be trying to push out extra damage and extra support for Kill as they're going to continue pressing forward here. And Cosmic are going to be on an absolute tear as they're going to be continuing to press forward here. Finally make their stand and finally push the cart forward.
It was an excellent play, and you mentioned waiting for those bubbles to end from Super Frog Zarya. So those bubbles can block Reinhardt's ultimate Earth Shatter, and just excellent game sense and excellent patience there from Kill on the Reinhardt, just waiting to see both bubbles used, waiting for them to pop, and then drop in the Shatter, allowing Cosmic to get that team wipe and move in.
Unfortunately, we do have a pause as it seems one of our players have disconnected. Right as I was about to say, Riff has every single ultimate online. Unfortunately, due to that disconnect, that will be brought down to 4 of the 5 ultimates online. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Should still be plenty of firepower to give them an edge in this next fight. And I don't see the disconnect of one player really affecting them that much in this current game state. Riff coming out incredibly strong. That Zarya is really hard to deal with. As I said, probably the most prevalent take in Overwatch 2, aside from maybe Diva right now. And it's very clear to see why Superfrog has just been getting so much value out of those bubbles and out of the laser.
Absolutely. We see Cosmic doing an excellent job there of shifting their team comp to revolve around what was hurting them so bad in that first bit. And it's paid off excellent. We've seen them push the objective, the robot just and the payload all the way back across. And so now we're moving across to that next point, hoping to get them that forward spawn that allows them a shorter distance to walk to get there. So excellent gameplay from both teams. Really looking forward to see what they're going to do here as Riff comes in with their 4 out of 5 ultimates. It's going to be some crazy plays. I'm willing to bet.
Absolutely. So I do want to point out something. Uh, character swapping was important in Overwatch 1. It's even more viable now in Overwatch 2 because there has been a slight change to the way ultimates work in Overwatch 2. So in Overwatch 1, whenever you swapped a character, you would lose all ultimate charge, all ultimate percentage, all ultimate progress gain whenever you swap to a new character. That has now been instead changed to where if you have more than 30 charge on a character, you instead, whenever you swap over to another character, get set back with 30 charge. So no matter how many, so if you swap from a character that, let's say you were a Zarya and you had your full ultimate, and you swapped to a Reinhardt, you'd be at 30 charge. You'd be at 30% to your ultimate. You'd be able to get your ultimate faster, and it feels like less of a burden to go ahead and change those characters. So I'm very happy that Cosmic, swapped. They recognize their mistakes. They recognize what wasn't working, and Overwatch 2 makes it a little less burdensome to actually happen. We are still waiting on a player to reconnect, but what are you looking for in these next fights, or what are you going to be looking for Cosmic to sort of turn this thing around?
Right now, I'm looking more on Rift side instead of Cosmic. With the 4 ultimates, there's a lot of crazy things they could do there.
Mhm.
Not too many combos can come from those 4, but I'm sure they can come up with something in order to get that flipped back into their favor. But we see them struggling a little bit against Kill's Reinhardt
Mhm.
play. I'm anxious to see how they adapt to that. And you mentioned the 30% charge from swapping. What started in Overwatch 2 as a simply like a DPS passive, only available to
Mhm.
the damage players, but then was made available to all characters, is an excellent movement towards kind of improving the adaptability of the game because now they're incentivized to switch. They don't have to just give up all their progress in order to become other characters that would help their team out more. So they're incentivized to switch it up and try to mix it up as they move in and see what the other team's playing and kind of a rock paper scissors type gameplay as you just swap back and forth to make, and it makes the game overall a lot more adaptable and a lot more hectic from a spectator's perspective, as we see just switches left and right, for
Yeah.
which as we've seen from Cosmic, in order to flip it around we saw almost a complete team swap,
Mhm.
and sometimes that's what it takes to win. And it's excellent knowledge from them to be able to see that and recognize they needed to make those changes and then make them and then come out and play them as successfully as they had.
Okay. We
All
have a
right.
Hydrate the Casters from Home and OK. Thank you so much. We're going to be taking this pause to not forget this time that we have a Hydrate the Casters and drink. Thank you so much, Home and OK, for giving
Absolutely.
us a time to hydrate as we continue to fill out this pause and continue to inform you guys on the changes that Overwatch 2 are all about. So I want to build on your point, Imperium. You said that um, whole team swaps was a great choice individually from the entirety team of Cosmic to sort of counteract the play that Riff was having and find a way for them to continue pushing back. Um, I would like to follow up on that and say that individual performance is the name of Overwatch 2. As much as it is a team game, and as much as you can't usually, unless you're really, 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 really good, you can't really 1v5 the entire team. It doesn't really work like that. What you can do is um there's way less what we call CC or crowd control. There's way less stopping power whenever somebody tries to make a play. There's way less shields, so there's way less obstacles in the way. There are certain things that have been removed and taken away that make doing those individual plays and getting those picks and being given the opportunity to play the game, generally speaking, much more viable. And I think these individual performances and this individual knowledge coming up from Cosmic, in which they swapped the heroes and they were able to find a gameplay where they're working, really speak out to them as a team, and my overall speak out to Overwatch 2 as a whole, wherein they can each make their own individual decisions and individual plays.
Absolutely, like you said, it helps them focus more on their individual play instead of team. One of the biggest complaints of Overwatch One is that it became more of a shoot the shield simulator. So we see both teams getting ready to move back into it here as we resume our match.
Boss Man is going to be coming in back. 4 ultimates online once again for the side of Riff. As we're going to be seeing those unlocked probably. Zotar finds a nice pick on a Supernova with her little grenade. Super Frog, massive grab. The Samurai comes through from the side of a Million Hornets as the Blade is followed up as well from the side of Rattler. Will be able to find Rattler before the Blade's able to find anything, but the damage has already been done. Zotar and Super Frog find 2 in the back line. Will the Reddit Lucio from the side of a Million Hornets be able to find anything? No, it won't, and it'll be forced to retreat. That will be Riff retaking control of the cart.
And amazing plays there by Riff, using those ultimates we talked about and flip it back into their favor. And we saw the beat come out from a Million Hornets on the Lucio in order to just buy a little bit more time, because time is just as much of a commodity in Overwatch as damage or anything. You win by keeping the point with more time than they did.
Will, being an absolutely hit scan monster, we know him for, is able to find 3 in this team fight and absolutely tear the Rift's attack apart. Great stuff from him. We know him as the Will Dome Maker, but really, any hit scan will do in his hands, and he's proven that once again.
Absolutely, we see Cosmic flip it back here as they begin to push the robot back towards Rift's side, trying to find a position in order to engage them as they begin this fight here.
There are 2.5 minutes on the clock, so it must be Cosmic who start winning fights and start pushing forward. Will and Dolly able to find Rattler and Zotac as well, and they're going to continue pressing forward here. Will Riff be able to stop them? Will with the high noon going to be putting out tons of pressure, gets the team super low, gets Riff down super low. Cosmic will continue pressing forward with that information and will continue making those decisions. Great stuff from them as Super Frog finds Will, who pressed a little too aggressively past his tank. That's okay though, 2 minutes on the clock, they can still pull this one back as Riff will actually be taking this fight.
That's an excellent play there, picking off Will on the Cassidy, giving back their biggest oppressor in a sense, and then picking off the Reinhardt, taking out their tank, allowing them to just regain that space and push them all back.
Absolutely, we have 1 minute and 40 on the clock as Will is going to be trying to find the backline. Does a great job out of the Million Hornets, diving with him. Great pairing, the Lucio and the Tracer together. Going to be finding out lots of that quick pressure. They're tiny targets who can move quick, which means they're hard to deal with individually. Immortality Field will be forced out from the side of Riff as Rattler goes down as well. Ghoul will also be taken down, and it will be Cosmic pressing forward once again. They're getting closer and closer to tying up the series.
An excellent flip there from Cosmic. Just several fantastic plays from both teams to keep this, and that's part of the beauty of push mode, as we see it just back and forth as each team works together to make those amazing plays and bring it back into their side, just to have the other team come and make those great plays and flip it back into their favor.
Will having a seat, watching a movie just a little bit before diving into the back line of Riff, as looks like Cosmic gets forced into this room a little bit, but a nice shot that comes out from the side of Kill. Gonna be trying to find the pixie needs, but Zotar from a long distance gonna be finding Kill. This Sound Barrier tries to come up from the Million Hornets, not in time to save his tank. Great play though, good reaction time as Dolly is able to find Super Frog with the Attack Visor and the Pulse Bomb used as well. Both DPS ults out. Cosmic really wanted to win that fight. They are going to, as Will is going to be the last one standing along with the side of Supernova, but it will take a while for their team to come back. They might be able to pull this one forward.
And one of the tricky things here from Cosmic's side is as they approach this area, Riff is right there, their spawn point's right there, so they're able to move in and respawn very quickly, whereas Cosmic takes a lot longer. So they're having to really work to keep them from engaging, doing an excellent job of it.
Boss Man finds a pick on a Million Hornets and the Lucio one-on-one. Dali's able to find Rattler, though the trades from each side's counterpart have been coming through. Will is down low. Will they be able to find him? He's a slippery fellow. Overtime continues ticking down. He can't leave the cart. Is anybody going to be there? Is Cosmic will be finding some picks. The coalescence come through as well from the side of Supernova, trying to buy up some space. It does work as well. 3 left on the side of Cosmic as they're going to continue pressing forward. They only need to go 20 more meters, and it's possible, it's doable. They just have to be careful. They have to play safe. They have to not die here as overtime continues ticking down. If they step off, it's game over.
We see Riff using several of their ults in order to push Cosmic back. Doing an excellent job on the Genji, getting that pick on the Moira.
Will is able to return the favor, though, finds Rattler without being able to find more great stuff from Will being able to find that pick on Rattler. But the window from the side of Ghoul puts out the DPS pressure from Zotar, and Super Frog are able to find 2 apiece, and that will be Riff taking the first map.
excellent window there from Ghoul and the Baptiste. We see them using that to just get that extra damage they need to push Cosmic back off their card and end that overtime, allowing them to win that point. Just an excellent play from their entire team there.
Yeah, I do want to mention we see a Million Hornets actually, the Lucio getting to play the game. You didn't see that very much in Overwatch 1, but as we mentioned, the individual players come through and a Million Hornets being able to find two there, absolutely massive, allowing their team to win that particular fight. And yeah, what a crazy turn of events. It looked like for a second Cosmic, they obviously had a chance. They almost pulled it back. And that's one thing you got to know about Push is comebacks are very common. It is very rare you're ever going to see anybody get to the very end. And honestly, Cosmic they almost did it. They almost pulled the thing with Push that is let's make a comeback even though we're down 100 meters. So, great stuff from them. I really like the team play coming out from this, but honestly, I'm more impressed by the individual performances. I'm more impressed by the picks that are being given from each of these teams. We saw Million Hornets find several on the Lucio. We saw who do we see? We saw
So
Boss
Will do
Man
an
find
excellent
several as
job
well.
there on
Will
both
find several picks. Yes.
switching up the DPS constantly, changing their characters like we spoke of, just seeming to get immense amounts of value on every one they played.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be something we'll just have to keep looking at as it's really coming down to we're going to be going to Havana for our next map. Just FYI, but I really want to give a shout out to the coaches from both these teams. We have Kronos and usernames suck. Both both coaching either of these teams. Kronos on Riff, username sucks on Cosmic. Brand new game. So having a coach there, somebody who knows the game well already, and somebody who's able to follow up and do their research and actually learn how the game is played, especially when it's so new and such a new play style, really, I think is what's going to really bake into into each of these teams as to who exactly is going to come out on top. Uh,
Absolutely. And even though Overwatch 1 and 2 share a lot of similarities and keep a lot of the core aspects of gameplay, it is still an entirely new game. And a lot of players we see having to completely switch up how they play with a lot of changes to characters, a lot of changes to different techniques teams use, and a lot of changes to maps and how things play out. It's just made for a really interesting relearning of the game from pretty much everybody who plays it. And that allows for several just amazing new things to be learned from both sides.
I think the biggest example for me personally is going to be Reinhardt. I as a Reinhardt one trick, that's all I ever played. But whenever you were playing Overwatch 1, you had to be slow, you had to be methodical, you had to be patient. You had to make sure you had your shield up, you had to make sure you had your healers with you. You had to make sure you weren't going to die 5 seconds after walking out the door. In Overwatch 2, Ryan doesn't die. Especially if you've got decent supports. He's just able to charge into the backline. He's able to swing his hammer. He's able to get the value he needs. And honestly, I personally find it way more fun than Overwatch 1 ever was. And I'm getting the same sense, the same feeling from everybody else who's been playing the game about similar heroes in similar situations. So
Absolutely.
it's
And all the tanks now, like we spoke about, their presence that they bring. Now there's only one of them, they're all super powerful. He spoke about the Reinhardt especially, and you see just Reinhardt charges in the middle of your team, swings the giant hammer. You just see this body of impending doom almost in the middle of your team, and working to fight that makes for some exciting fights and some interesting events throughout the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't tell you what's more terrifying as a playing when I'm playing support than a Reinhardt charging me and then swinging at my body because it's not going to go well. But
Never.
it's you certainly do have way more agency when it comes to what you can do. Since they made it to where basically everybody dies less and everybody has more escape power, it becomes way less about uh, being slow and methodical, and you can have more fun. I think, anyways. Anyways, we're gonna be looking at Havana here, which is a push, uh, or escort map. Sorry, haha. They're kind of similar in ways. What exactly are you gonna be seeing and playing here?
I'm really anxious to see Will on the Widowmaker. We saw him last game completely pop off with several of the characters, so seeing them play Widowmaker, a character renowned for their insta kill abilities, is definitely something I'm excited about.
Absolutely. we have seen Will on the Will Dough Maker. It is his nickname. It is something he is known for because he's an absolute menace when it comes to the character. Nice anti-nades. I'm going to be able to find both Will and a Million Hornets. Not going to be followed up too far up on, but Super Frog going to be diving into diving into the high ground. Diva, very, very, very strong. Has lots of close range damage and lots of burst potential. Is they're going to be finding a pick on a kill. Supernova will get the res though, as it's going to be basically evened up here. Riff though, not stopping their push whatsoever. Dive from Super Frog on the Dolly. Will he be able to find the picks? No, they won't. As Will's going to be able to find Bossman in the backline. Another headshot from our Widowmaker as he's going to be looking for more and more value. They're going to want to take care of that because you don't want to leave him alive for too long. Zotar finds a Million Hornets. And this is a fight that is all over the place, but it is brutal and it is violent. And neither team really wanted to give this one up.
No, we see Super Frog on the Diva doing an excellent job of just keeping Cosmic scrambled, not allowing them to stand in one place for too long. Or Diva just runs up there, pushes them all off, gets the damage they can, and then gets back out. And like you spoke of, Diva is an immensely powerful character right now, able to sustain for crazy amounts of time, as we see right now happening from the side of Riff.
We're going to see the nano boost from Super Frog going to be diving into the backline. Dali goes down first, but Kill trying to return the favor into the backline of Cosmic. It won't be done as the damage has already been through. The Nano and the Diva combo being absolutely immense, and that will be Riff taking over the first point.
Obviously, we see Super Frog doing an excellent job still on that Diva, rushing in, keeping them back, doing what a tank's supposed to do, and just keeping the other team from taking the space that they need in order to secure the kills to keep the objective in their favor. And we see Cosmic just struggling right now to react to the mobility of Riff. But we see them making changes and still doing a great job of securing those picks and maintaining their space and distance. And overall, both teams just playing excellent as we move into the second point of this objective.
Diva's one unique mechanic is that she can negate the damage, and Will's going to be able to find Zotar, sees that Super Frog has been forced into a back corner by Kill, and takes that opportunity to make a massive play there. Super Frog with the Discord on them will be struggling to push forward as that extra damage is massive. Discord is not something you want to be trifling with too well, and it will be Cosmic on the high ground, forcing Super Frog to play super aggressive here. Gets down really low. Won't be found thanks to the Kiriko invulnerability that she's able to provide, but will be able to find Ghoul once again. You don't want these hit scan tearing apart your backline. They're able to do it once again. Great stuff from them as Dolly's going to be able to find Rattler in a close one-on-one, and it will once again be Cosmic holding this high ground.
And we see both Will and Dally getting several important picks and see them lighting up the kill feed there. But I don't think a lot of the recognition needs to go to Kill Me on the Orisa, using her abilities to negate some of the damage from Riff and using the spear to push him back and just keeping that space that's so important as a tank player, and preventing them from moving where Riff needs to be to move the objective. And we see they're just their team as a whole doing an excellent job of maintaining their position, getting the damage they need, keeping those important picks like Will did on the Widowmaker. Just doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, fine, Stu. The first pick being the most important, I feel like Boss Man. You really don't want those sports going down, and Will knows it. Will knows that that's your number one priority, and if he's able to pick those off, Riff is gonna have a rough time trying to pick it back up here. They will be able to do it if Super Frog is able to get in their face, and so will Zotar as well. The Pulse Bomb is available for them. Let's see if they drop it off. Looks like a nano Super Frog once again going to be putting out lots of pressure, but it will be a Million Hornets with the Transcendence trying to counterplay that. Dolly's going to be able to find Zotar before Zotar is able to pop off the Pulse Bomb. Multiple ultimates online for both these teams. It should be a Riff with the advantages they're going to be able to have, for Zotar will be back super quick, and they are buying some ground.
Yeah, we see Riff with the spawn advantage and the ultimate advantage moving into these fights. Definitely anxious to see what they're able to do with those abilities. But with
Dolly pops, the ultimate's gonna be able to find Chu. It's absolutely massive. Zotar's trying to match him as well, but the Mercy Pocket keeping Cosmic alive and giving him the edge he needs. He doesn't even need to hit the headshots. Dolly finds Zotar as well, and that's gonna be 3, 2 with the ultimate, 1 with his nade. Phenomenally mechanical stuff there. Phenomenally
absolutely
great.
amazing. We see the overclock ultimate there from Dali on the Sojourn, one of the new characters that we've been speaking about, and just using that to secure those picks with her right click ability, just a laser beam into the face that just we saw them almost wipe Riff, and just an excellent play there with the support from their team. We saw the Mercy Pocket helping boost that damage, and then the Orisa keeping them from being able to push in and contest it. Just fantastic play all around.
We're going to be having a very smart rotation from the side of Riff as they're going to be rotating onto the high ground here. Ghoul! Oh my goodness, his head will be taken off by Will. It's absolutely brutal. Will doing an amazing job finding his targets and really taking care of them. He's been giving Riff a hard time. A Million Hornets will be able to find Bossman. That's both supports down, and this is another hold from the side of Cosmic. Great stuff from them.
Just crazy plays again from Cosmic's DPS. We see both Will and Dally just back and forth, securing those picks, making sure that Riff can barely make it into this point, unfortunately. And Riff's doing an excellent job. They're doing everything right. It just is difficult to do anything when we see Will and Dally just popping off. And there's sometimes it's difficult to accomplish what you want to when you've got both DPS just playing crazy.
Overtime is ticking down as the Kiriko path rolls forward. Will's having a headshot rattler while the blade is going. Hello, this man is absolutely unhinged. Kill's gonna be able to put a lot of pressure onto the side of Cosmic, and Shrivel's gonna be able to find Dally. Million Hornets able to trade out with Bossman, but it won't be enough. And maybe Cosmic might be able to find the picks they need. Will's gonna be able to find two more, including Zotar in the head. I don't understand how this man does it. Overtime ticks down, and Cosmic get a clean hold there.
Will with those just absolutely amazing secures on those elims on characters that are both crazy mobile and that you think normally would be counters to Widowmaker. We see him finding exactly how to get rid of him, and you can't counter the Widowmaker when you can't make it close enough to be able to do so. It's just insane plays all around, and we look at the damage numbers from their DPS. It's just absolutely crazy comparatively. They're just completely popping off and making it very difficult. And Riff is doing everything right. There's nothing they could have done different. It just plays like that from Will, and then Dally with the overclock. Just you can't. There's nothing you can do.
Absolutely. We saw smart rotations from Riff. We saw Super Frog trying to cancel out that damage with their defense matrix. We saw every chance. We saw switches. We saw swaps to more diveable characters. We saw everything we could have possibly seen from Riff. I wonder how they're going to respond to this. What exactly is their game plan? Because Dali and Will are just unhinged, and I don't even. I want to see a clip. I know Will sometimes. I don't know if he ever streams the games, but if he does, I need to see the clip of that last fight because he got two headshots on characters. You should not be able to headshot his Widow. I don't.
Absolutely,
I don't. My
definitely.
brain is blown. Actually.
Definitely looking forward to that play of the game. And it's 100% going to pop up on one of the socials, right? A play like that just cannot go without being shared.
100. I really hope so. I want to see it for myself. However, it will be oh my goodness. Will finds Ghoul immediately. Bossman is able to find a Million Hornets as it looks like Riff will be holding close here. This is a very common strategy. It's going to be keeping the enemy out of the in their doors for very long. Will finds two though. Both DPS are taken care of, and you cannot let this man live.
And no, Riff having the perfect play of close holding there, not allowing Cosmic to get out of their spawn so they can't get that like face advantage in order to fight them that they need for their DPS to succeed. But we see Will still being able to succeed. Just another testament to how well the DPS on the side of Cosmic are doing here.
Absolutely, as it'll be Super Frog going down to kill, and that will be another push from the side of Cosmic. It looks like Riff is Zotar's really trying to find Will though. It's a great pick to go for as you see every counterplay in the book going on right now. Kill's gonna be able to find Ghoul, and it will be Riff. They're having to play safe. They're having to play back a little bit. Smart call from them as their team's gonna be able to regroup.
They're just working to regroup, regain some space, find a good place to hold before Cosmic rolls back up on them, and they're doing a great job of just staying patient and waiting for them to come to them.
Will finds a headshot on the boss man. Oh, we know to be a great Lucio. I mean, one that can ride walls and should be able to dive the Widow as well. Finds another headshot there. Now we got our camera on the man. He is getting damage boosted by the Mercy. I do want to point that out. We are getting great support from the side of Supernova. Mercy filling out her role, damaging the most damage boosting the most impactful players, so they can keep getting the picks they need. As Super Frog trying to press forward here, has the shadow available, is going to be able to find is going to be able to find kill on the Diva. Taking so much damage up from the enemy Genji as Supernova continues doing the pocket, continues doing their job. Mercy, an incredibly hard to take care of hero. You see Zotar eventually just get fed up and use the Death Blossom to find two. Great stuff from them, taking out the biggest problem right now, and that will be Riff holding.
There's some amazing plays there by Riff, and several ultimates used from both sides to try to make that fight. But Riff coming out finally victorious after that short time. But you mentioned Supernova on the Mercy. Mercy's a character who a lot of times doesn't get the credit they deserve. We see the power boosting. There's no telling how much damage that Will would not have had if it wasn't for Supernova's Mercy Pocket. Just allowing Will to succeed too, and that's nothing against Will's skills. It definitely has a lot to do with that as well. But just the extra bonus there, the extra boost from Supernova on the Mercy.
Anti-nade on the side of Riff as they're going to be trying to push out here. They're going to be finding two picks as kill goes down very early. Smart play from Super Frog and the rest of Riff, playing into that room where you can't really get dove by the Diva and playing it to Ryan's advantage, because Ryan versus Diva in close quarters, especially with support backup, is not going to go well for the Diva, and they're playing that very well.
We see those excellent character changes from the side of Riff in order to attempt to negate some of that just damage coming out from the side of Cosmic, and that's what allows them, that's what it's allowing them right now to secure that point, keep them from being able to push in. They're doing a fantastic job of playing patient, forcing Cosmic to move into where they want to play.
Absolutely. Super Frog going to be finding kill once again as Riff. They are showing no signs of giving this up, but they don't touch, and Cosmic's gonna be able to capture the first point. Slightly disengaged from the point. It will be a great opportunity to capitalize on that. Zartar's gonna be able to find Will, so they will end up winning the fight, but they give up the point, and that'll buy Riff some more time, or buy Cosmic some more time.
That is a fantastic play there to secure both time, like you said, and also the spawn advantage. Now their spawn is literally right where they've been fighting for the last few minutes. So it definitely puts Riff at a little more of a disadvantage.
Massive anti-nades coming out from Million Hornets as kill. Oh goodness, Super Frog's gonna be able to find a very nice shot. They're gonna be taking care of the Genji on the enemy team, and they'll continue pressing forward here. Attack visor as well. They only need to go a few more feet, Cosmic do, but they're not gonna be allowed that opportunity as the soldier will get taken care of, and it's a close one. It's coming down to the wire.
Excellent beat there from Bossman's Lucio to help negate some of the damage coming from the visor on the part of Will, doing a fantastic job of just using that ultimate to cancel ultimate, and that's ultimately what allowed them to do a lot better there and prevent Will from being able to get the picks that they needed to secure that space. So fantastic plays.
Death Blossom comes up from the side of Million Hornets. I believe Zotar did get slipped, but not before Million Hornets got picked off. This is a Ryan 1v1 going on right now as the supports are forced to assist their Ryans, try to get them to win that fight. We're looking at just a little over a minute left on the clock as Dolly has the blade, but won't be able to find it too well. Ghoul has the window as well. Not going to be using it here as it looks like Riff will be holding once again. Cosmic, they're close, but it's gonna be a rough one. Riff is putting up a fight.
Absolutely, and we see ultimates coming online on both sides here. We see the blade from each side's Genji ready to be unleashed within this next fight. So definitely looking forward to see if the Nano Blade potentially from the side of Cosmic, Dally there on the Genji receiving the Nano from a Million Hornets. Nano Blade's such a powerful ability. See if it gets whipped out.
They're definitely going to be looking for it, as Will does get fire strike a little bit. There it is. The Nano Blade comes through. Dally's going to be diving into the back line. Nice run away from the Reaper, but it's not going to be enough. Dally's going to be able to find two, Zotar and Ghoul. It's going to be supports down for the side of Cosmic, for the side of Riff. I apologize. But Super Frog going absolutely insane, finds kill and the enemy Mercy, and we're looking at the last 10 seconds. Super Frog finds 3. Riff is just playing out of their mind. They're holding Cosmic back. This is going to be incredible if they're gonna be able to make this comeback here. Will's gonna be able to find Boss Man, but oh my goodness, Super Frog going insane on the Reinhardt. He's in his comfort zone. He's in the close ground, and nobody's gonna be able to touch. Riff will take the
Wow.
second map.
Absolutely amazing. We see Super Frog there on the Reinhardt with those fantastic plays and what seemed like a lost fight, I'll be honest, when they brought out the Nano Blade and got those secured those picks. I thought it was a lost fight, but Super Frog turning it back around into Rift's favor just by standing where they need to. Again, that impending presence, just being able to just do what they needed in order to secure that excellent play.
I can't tell you I like anything more than uh, a close quarter hammer swing with the Reinhardt, and Super Frog should have been there in that play right there. Um, I mean, Cosmic. They had their moments. Will and Dowdy were going insane that map, but it will be Riff taking the second map, and I believe the series as well, as we're going to be heading very shortly into our second game. So stick around for that. Great stuff from both these teams. I cannot wait to see what they do in the future. Either one of them could have won. This could have easily gone to a map 3 without question. And my name is Burp. I'm at Imperium. I will see you guys in just a minute. And yeah, stick around. And we're back for the second half of tonight's matches. My
You get
name is
there?
Merp. I'm joined by Huntress.
Hi, I'm Huntress, and I'm so excited to be back. It's been 2 weeks of non-Overwatch and
Yeah,
watching these kids, and I've missed my daily dose or my weekly dose
yeah,
of
same
watching
here.
these amazing kids
We are going to be
play
hopping
Overwatch.
into yeah, it's always a great thing, especially since it's a new game. We're gonna be talking about the rules later, the rule changes from Overwatch 2, from Overwatch 1 because they're
But
having quite a
first,
few. But
first we
first,
have fitness drawing. Let's
woo,
go. We got a fitness
woo,
drawing.
woo.
And guess what? You can win if you did fitness this week. You can get
What is
$25
it?
credit for in-game on Overwatch or Valorant, depending on the game. So let's see what let's see. We had six people. So yeah. Let's
All right,
go.
let's
Spin time.
spin the wheel.
Spinning. Let's go, let's
Spinning,
go.
spin, spin, spin. We need a theme song for this, I feel like. And it's gonna
Maybe.
be
Voltage!
Voltage taking the win tonight. Thank you so much for saying fit and healthy Voltage, saying keeping esports a healthy lifestyle. You have officially won $25 of your choice for either Valorant or Overwatch. Thanks so much for being awesome.
Get some
Now
cool
back to the
skins.
match. Yes, very cool
That
skin.
that battle pass, if you haven't gotten that already.
It's very nice, and it's pretty cool. Um, Rush versus Croutons is gonna be the match we're gonna be looking at tonight. I'm excited to see exactly what's going on here because
And we do have a fill on croutons. It's gonna be Death Wizard is gonna be filling. So
um,
I
yes, Death Wizard's gonna
yeah.
be filling for Ghost Dragon on Crouton, so we're gonna be seeing that. We're not sure, how much of these teams practice to watch 2. We're not sure exactly what they've been doing, what they've have done for the past couple of weeks. Um, what we
Well,
do know is the main changes for Overwatch 2 are that it is now a 5v5 instead of a 6v6 format, 1 tank, 2 DPS, 2 support, and that there is a new game called Push.
yeah, push. And push is a game mode where you basically it's like reverse tug of war. You essentially push it towards their side, um, so that you can win, basically. And I'd say the main thing about 5v5 makes all the roles more important. So every player is more important. That makes the DPS more
Mhm.
valuable players, and also makes the supports more valuable to stay alive. And having that -1 tank makes that one tank super important to keep as well. So everybody's important. So yeah, basically.
Absolutely. Um, Now, push is interesting because I mean, as you mentioned, the 5v5, you're gonna be more individually inclined. We're gonna be looking at New Queen Street, which is a brand new map that is a push map. So it'll be interesting to see
Uh,
um, exactly what these teams pull out here. But I want to preface that push. It's tug of war, essentially, is like how I like to describe it. You have one robot in the middle. Either team's gonna push it however far they can. They have 10 minutes to do so. Checkpoints get you closer to the robot, is what they do.
yeah.
Um, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what we got going on here because it is 2 totally different looks from what we saw in the first match.
I can't wait to see what strategies both of these teams have maybe possibly worked on, especially with 5v5 having that team compositions are definitely not going to work the same as they did in Overwatch 1. And also with this new map, we can see if like anybody's found some interesting positioning on this map. We do see Junker Queen running with Gabe, so we will see that.
This is a brand new hero that just came out. We had 3. You have Junker Queen, Sojourn, and Kiriko. We saw 2 of the 3 in the last match, so if you're curious to how those guys work, go
Ooh.
ahead and stop on by for that. Gabe will be meeting Gumball head on. Is still
Oh
going to be able to find
no!
a nice little pick for a little pricey. Death Wizard is going to
Very.
be taking a little bit of a tumble off the map. It happens to the best of us as Dylan tries to find picks he needs. He does, as Noir finds 2 as well, and it will be
Yeah. Very
Rush finding
nice.
the first team fight win.
Yeah, nice work rush. That was very interesting plays. I did see that Dylan and Noir she was getting boosted by the Mercy, which was interesting, and that kind of double support action really worked out there.
Very nice pressure from the side of Zane. You don't want to be in the presence of a damage boosted Reaper as the
Oh
DPS are just
no!
pressing forward. Dylan and Zane going to be each finding their own pick as as Rush continue pressing forward here.
Yeah, Zane Reaper is such a hard hitting character now, and it's very noticeable. As there is one less tank to eat all that damage from Reaper.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be getting to the second checkpoint for this side of Rush. They're going to be hitting 55 meters. The robot is going to take a little bit of a pause, a little pricey in that time. We'll be taking out Lol Reaper.
Oh
Zane
my
gets 3 with
gosh!
a Death Blossom, and Dylan falls up with a High Noon, finding the rest of the 2. And it is an
Some
absolute destruction from the side of Rush.
Yeah, some insane ult combination there with Dylan popping the high noon from the front and Dylan dropping down from the top there, and essentially, Zane dropping down from the top, and yeah, very nice work.
Once again, a very nice pick this time from Noir as Dapper goes down. Little Pricey has the high noon.
Oh
Won't be
no.
using it. Oh, we'll get high. We'll get nano boosted. Actually, we'll be
Oh
popping in
my. Okay.
behind the enemy. Low Rapper does go down. The window is used, and neither team
Oh.
uh, really evening out here, but it looks like Death Wizard will be finding two at the Coalescence. That's absolutely massive. That might have been exactly what they needed, what Croutons needed in order to hold forward here and finally be able to push the bot towards their own direction.
Yeah, very nice work by Death Wizard there. Definitely those 2 kills secured that the rest of that fight for the rest of Croutons, and they will be able to take back some of this ground here with this
Oh,
robot. Oh
oh,
my gosh.
Dylan with the
Dylan.
Mercy boost. It's absolutely massive. He's going to be able to fight three all by himself. We were talking about individual performance before. It is more apparent than ever now. Will he be able to find four? He will before he
Oh.
goes down. Little Price is able to finally find
Oh
him, but
my gosh.
it will give Rush enough room to press forward here and be an
Sorry.
absolute menace. Insane stuff from Dylan, and the damage boost from Low Repper is just absolutely enabling that. Great stuff from the both of them as Gabe
Gabe.
continue pressing forward here, and an unrelenting force of destruction.
Yeah, we do see. Uh, oh god.
Oh, the Shatter comes through. It's going to be able to find one, but they're not going to be able to find the pin. They might make it all the way to the end here, which will end the game early. There's 6.5 minutes as Zane uses the Death Blossom to find four and spawn. Will anybody be able to touch? We got 3 meters down and closing, and
Dylan
nobody
is.
will. That will be an destruction from the side of
Wow.
Rush. As
Rush.
Croutons, they get a little acclimated towards each other.
Yeah, Rush just like Dylan made that 1-man army play with Mercy behind him, and then just Rush just went like just went took no stops. They just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and like they gave Croutons no space to come back. Every single time they were like, "Nope, you're not coming back." Gabe was like, "Nope, I got this new hero. You're not coming back." And
Absolutely.
Zane with the 3 repo kills at the end definitely secured that. Very nice work, Rush, and very nice this demonstration of aggression there.
And that aggression could not have been enabled without Lil Repper playing the Mercy there, playing the Mercy pocket, giving the
Oh
damage
yeah.
boost to their DPS, and really allowing them to find the value they needed. Because to be honest, Mercy is very strong support right now, and enabling characters that are thriving from less CC, from less shield, CC being crowd control like stuns and freezes
Mhm.
and pins and whatnot, which Reaper and Cassidy both do. You know, getting that damage boost, you're going to be doing a lot. And we saw that played out to perfection. Rush were incredible.
Yeah, and Mercy also has that benefit of healing it, like reviving a teammate, and that's even more apparent now because if you lose somebody, it's a 4v, especially if you lose like your tank or your other support,
Mhm.
then it's super detrimental, or it can be super detrimental to your to the rest of the fight. And so, a we will see how Croutons adapts to for this next game here.
Now,
Man,
it
Push
is
is a
the
very quick game. I thought that was like a round based thing.
no, it's one and done. You either
One
push it to
and
the end,
done.
you either push all the way to the end, or it takes 10 minutes, either or. Our second map will be Route 66. I'm hopeful. I apologize for that. I am hopeful that Croutons are going to be able to pull out something forward here, and give a little bit of life. Rush showed dominance. I expect that to light a fire under Croutons and pull
Yeah.
them back together as a team and really make them think, okay, what can we do to stop them? And honestly, for me, that's killing the mercy on the enemy team.
Oh yeah. I think that Mercy is causing a lot of issues or leading to a lot of strengths for Rush. And if Croutons can figure a way out to take that Mercy out and take away that that
That
uh,
that damage boost
yeah,
for
that
both the
token that Rush has on the playing field, then they will be able to get handle all the other problems that were happening.
and that'll just be the key that we're gonna have to be seeing as we're gonna be heading into here shortly. I'm not sure how well an attacking Mercy is going to be doing as the team is going to be having access to the high ground, and Mercy's entire thing is being able to run away, right? You that's the skill in Mercy, right? It's easy to left click or right click. It's kind of easy to know when. You I mean, you learn the basics, right? But the skill that comes from Mercy is being able to run away, being able to know when you need to get out, and all that
Yeah.
game sense that comes with it.
Hmm.
And when you're on an attacking Mercy and you don't have access to the high ground, which gives the enemy sightline advantage and tempo advantage and all this extra advanced stuff, it'll be interesting to see exactly what a Mercy is going to be able to do with that whenever they're just put with that much pressure.
Yeah.
So, um, possible, hold here for the side of Croutons on defense.
Yeah. And there were some noticeable plays by Crouton, and we definitely saw Death Wizard getting those two those coalescence kills, and definitely they do have the meat and potatoes there. They just need to figure out how to deal with the things that Rush is
Turn it
throwing
into a
at them.
dish maybe,
They,
combo it up,
yeah.
serve it with the side of turkey. I don't know, it's kinda close to Thanksgiving. I'm about a month early, but, it's, regardless, it's t entirely possible. Just, Overwatch is a game where if you are able to define the few things that are wrong, and I'm sure with the coaches that we have, being Abby and Connor, who are very talented people and know the game a lot, um if you're able to define what exactly is
Gosh, I
tearing you apart,
love
you can sort of make a comeback with that. You can,
I love this new engine. Looks very nice. Looks very clean.
with the nighttime Route 66,
Oh
it used to be
yeah.
daytime, if I remember correctly. I'm not crazy on that, am I?
No, it used to pretty much always be daytime, but now we have nighttime.
Now it
I'm
looks
pretty sure we
very
have the
pretty.
nighttime is new. If Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Um, we're gonna be hopefully seeing, some incredible action here. I have hope for them.
Ooh.
Gumball and Dapper on the Zarya Genji combo could be gnarly. Zarya gets a lot of double charge whenever those bubbles are hit, and Dapper is going to be putting on a lot of pressure on the front line. So essentially, you
Things
bubble the
were a
Genji,
lot
they
simpler
go in
before
there, they
robbing
pop the
banks was
bubbles
a
for you,
good
and then
luck
Zarya gets
thing.
a lot of damage.
Yeah. We do see Noir also on the Ana here. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying, right? I'm not blind.
No, 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 you're not blind
Okay,
at
okay.
all.
I was just making sure that was me, not missing anything there. But yeah. And then the Sombra also coming out. That's gonna be interesting. I love the new Sombra rework they've done. And oh, Zane is setting up for something.
I've said it quite well. We have a little bit of a glitch here, so we're not able to see exactly where Zane is zooming in, but that's okay. He's just holding the gun and holding right click. That works. Gonna find a nice headshot on the gumball. Not gonna be able to follow up on that too much, as Little Price is gonna be
Little
sneaking around the back
pricey.
here.
Waiting to
Oh.
pounce.
Gonna be hacking onto Gabe.
Oh,
It's gonna get rid of the shield, but it's not gonna be enough as Gabe and Dylan are gonna be able to find the
oh,
picks in on Death Wizard and Dapper, and that will be Croutons losing the first two picks as Rush is gonna be holding this high ground here. The anti-nano gumball making it very dangerous for him to push forward as well. He's down to one, manages to escape in time.
gosh.
Goodness, Dylan with the accuracy and that damage boost from the Mercy as we've been talking about this whole time. And they're gonna hold here strong.
Yeah, Rush definitely capitalized on the fact that the rest of Croutons was split up there, especially with Little Pricey waiting to pounce on the back, and they were able to take out two people there. Definitely worked out in their favor.
As we see the Baby Diva
Oh,
actually putting out lots of DPS pressure. Zane, oh my goodness, he tries to find the picks he
oh,
needs, but very nice hack from the side, a little pricey. Dapper's going to be diving in on that, removing Zane's ability to run away. The res will come through from Low Repper, and 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, as it will be Rush continuing to press forward here,
we do see
or
we do
Croutons.
see Gumball putting this pressure on these DPS here at the top as well.
Uh, Death Wizard finds the pick on the Gabe the Guru. That could be exactly what Croutons need going to press this one forward. The Immortality Field comes out from him as well. Going to be allowing Gumball to continue pressing forward onto the backline. We need to take care of
Oh,
that Mercy. The mech, D-Mech will happen as Dylan absolutely very nice high noon, taking care of targets when they need to be taken care
dang!
of. Managed to snipe the Sombra out of invisibility, and it
Dylan's
will
like,
be
get back here.
Dylan. Dylan finding the picks they need to continue holding this.
Yeah, Dylan getting a nice three-piece nugget right there, and we see, yeah, we will see the rest of Rush
A
going
little
to
bit of
be,
catch up on the side.
yeah, a little bit of catch up. Couldn't get the Sombra unfortunately, but we will see them holding the rest of this point. Little price. Oh, we see a pause. Um, little pricey there, looking menacing. But yeah, I definitely think that one of the main things that unfortunately we had a crash from Death Wizard. Um, and one of the main points that I'm seeing that Rush is uh, utilizing is the fact that they're sticking together on this high ground,
Mhm.
and it's making it really hard for any of them to die. Really, um, something I'm seeing with croutons is that they're a little split off at points, and then
Mhm.
sometimes they're all on high ground. There was that one time where all of croutons were just focusing Gumball on the top there, and it took the rest of croutons a bit to get up there. But by the time they got up there, Diva was already kicked out of their mech, and it kind of spiraled to croutons winning or Rush winning that engagement.
Diva's one weakness is gonna be focus fire, I feel like, and being able to, Diva's one specialty is being able to mitigate the damage of DPS. Well, if you hit her with enough things, if you hit her from enough angles, Diva can't mitigate all that. She can only mitigate from the front, so you hit her from the side, you hit her from
Yeah,
the back, and, Gumball on the Diva has been, very damaging force. So if you're able to take care of that diva and you're able to not get picked up for the Sombra in the back line, you're gonna be able to hold that high ground pretty well. And
yeah,
Croutons are doing exactly that. They're making a great use out of their DPS. Dylan finding some very, very clean headshots. Once again, we've talked about it before, but Repper on the
yeah.
Mercy with the
Rapper
damage boost,
and
just
getting
giving the
those
DPS
that
so
res
much
off
value.
was really important because they did get that kill.
Mhm,
However, on they got that kill on Zane, but Mercy immediately started that res, and because of how close they're together, and they really couldn't react and kill that Mercy at the same time. And so, what I think the key to croutons here is they're going to need to plan their approach very precisely, and so that it happens almost simultaneously, so
mhm,
that the diva doesn't get like bullet sponge, and also so that little pricey gets value out of um, his abilities, because that the
mhm.
Sombra shutdown is insane. It's a really good tool. It's just a matter of lining those up is going to be what determines if croutons can get past this, I think.
Yes, as, you know, um
It's like trying to
yeah,
like put a
it's
sandwich together mid-air. It's
you've
like
you gotta find the play, and then you have to negate their ability to take away that play, and that's really what's gonna come down to how well, Rush is gonna be able to hold on here, and Croutons, like you said, they have to be able to follow up, they have to be able to find those picks and to negate those plays, that play
Mhm.
being damage boosting and rezzing, and, for the rest of the team, it's protecting the Mercy, right? So that's their role. Uh, I I knew Mercy was strong. This is showing me that she is
Oh yeah, she is.
incredible right
I
now.
We will definitely probably see some character rebalancing with the 5v5 because most of the characters have either altered a little bit or like oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna go back to the game, but I think there will be some character rebalancing as the game goes on to to strong
Yes,
heroes because there's some heroes right now that I don't know if they're like balanced anymore. So, but
but it's all part of the growing pains of 5v5, and
it is.
each of these teams have access to the same tools, so it
Yeah,
honestly depends on exactly how you're gonna use it, right? We could be
yeah.
seeing the exact same comps from both of these teams played the exact same way, and really that's what comes down with the competitive. You can call a character strong, but in the end, you have access to the character, so,
Everybody has
uh,
access to the
it's
character.
entirely up to how you wanna play it and how you wanna push this one forward. We're gonna be hopping back into the match in just a minute. What exactly are you looking for in this next fight?
I'm hoping to see croutons lining up their approach more just a little bit more simultaneously so that it works. Because I see what they're trying to do, but it just seems like croutons is either picking the front off before the back engages or the back before the front engages. Essentially, let's go. Thanks for the hydrate.
Thank you, Ashley, for the second hydrate the casters of the night. I don't know how many channel points you saved up.
Nice,
Did
thank
you
you.
have enough for a third? Because I'll take a third drink if you do. And I apparently have a hole in my chin. That's cool. I'm
You
gonna
have a
drink
hole
some.
in your chin? I don't know. Maybe you should get that checked out. You mean like your lip? Like,
Yeah, it kind of look, okay, I'm an adult. I know how to drink sometimes. Anyways, thank you for the hydration. Um Long pauses are always fun.
They
Um,
are.
but it'll be interesting to see. Croutons, they can pull the pieces together. They have Little Price's EMP, which I
They
think is
do
going to be
have
the
the
biggest
EMP.
factor.
If
Uh,
they can get that EMP, if they can get if low price can get that juicy EMP to come out,
mhm.
Crouton's gonna do some big damage. I did see that unfortunately Death Wizard basically had their ultimate, and so I was like, oh no, honey, oh no.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Death Wizard
um
has rejoined us. But I want to point out it's
yeah,
probably going to be, I won't say easy,
it's not gonna
but
be
it will be
easy.
highly likely
They
that
are
Little
close
Price's
though. They are
EMP.
close. We
Mhm.
can see they are close to that checkpoint. So I think they just need to win that one team fight. If they can win that one team fight before the payload gets pushed back too far, they can get to that next checkpoint, get some more time on the clock.
Absolutely. 1 minute and 40 seconds here left for the side of Croutons to push this one forward. I'm expecting this EMP to be absolutely huge as Gumball is going to continue trying to press in here, but Chase taking so much damage from the Sigma, who honestly is kind of a natural counter to the Diva, being able to rock her out of being able to dive the high ground. Gumball's
Oh,
able to find Zane as the
let's
EMP comes through.
go.
He's going to be able to find every member
Oh my
as it's an absolutely
gosh.
brutal collapse. Little Price is going to be able to
Look
find several, and
that.
that will be Croutons
Wow.
pressing
Very
into the
nice
first
work,
point.
Croutons. Gumball got that initial pick, and that was Little Price's like, okay, it's time to go. Throw the transmitter, EMP, everything, and that was everything wrapped up before um, we could explain any of it. That was very clean execution by Croutons.
There
Very
is
nice work.
actually there is actually a contention, but no, it's not going to be enough. And there is going to be another 2 minutes added onto the clock, as Rush will be forced to sort of make a defensive hold here.
We do see Dylan switch on to the Tracer.
Oh, there's a flex, but he gets hacked out of it. It's an absolutely massive play from the side of Little
Yo!
Pricey. Great reaction speed from him, knowing what exactly he needed to do, when he needed to do it. He only had a few seconds to react like that. That's great play from him.
Yeah.
As Dapper has the blade, he's going to be diving in, taking out his enemy Genji. Gumball is able to find the side of a Noir, and this will be a continuous push from Croutons. They seem to have found their footing.
Yeah, and it seems like Rush is a little bit struggling for ground here. Gabe is, unfortunately taken out. Gumball getting that massive damage and definitely showing that aggression there. We see that amazing hack from Little Pricey, just um, hacking Sigma out of
Ooh,
the ultimate.
very close to almost a very nice
Wow. Oh, Dylan just getting shut down
fixed.
there.
Little Pricey will hack and take care of Dylan there, as 2 minutes on the clock, more than 2 minutes on the clock for the side of Croutons, as they haven't slowed down since they finally got through the high ground.
Oh yeah, we definitely see.
Dapper's
Oh,
gonna be able to find Gabe the Guru. Nice DPS pressure from there. Gumball's gonna be able to find a low repper. They're finally taking care of that Mercy, as we said they needed to. Zane's gonna be able to find Death Wizard in the backline, but it might already be too late, as you are missing two. Dylan will be able to
we
find
do
one,
see
make that
this.
two. Oh
Oh,
my goodness. You cannot let
well,
these DPS live. Dylan's gonna be able to make that three,
no.
and the bomb's gonna come through.
Oh,
Will
the
anybody
bomb!
die
We'll see
to
what
it?
this.
It does find one. It finds Zane. Dylan's gonna be able to find Gumball as well, and
Ah,
no. It will be Rush finding the defense here, but Croutons once again got very close, and they have a minute and a half to go.
yeah, very close. It's still a minute and a half. It's still a lot of time here. We do see a little Pricey with another EMP, and also, yeah, we do see
The only
some ultimates on Rush's side as well.
There goes the Nano Blade as the entirety of the
Oh
Croutons are
no!
found into a closed room.
No!
The screen freezes, but I
Oh
cannot believe what I'm
gosh!
seeing. Zane's able to find three, make that four. Will he get the ace?
What?
Will he get the last one? He
Oh, he
will,
did. Let's
and that will be
go.
beautiful from Rush.
Chef's kiss for Zane. That quintuple Genji kill. Um, Found them all in a corner, and that was very unfortunate for Croutons, but very nice execution by Zane there. Well done.
As Croutons are trying to group back up, Dylan's going to be pressing around the corner with that Mercy boost we've been talking about, and going to be able to find two. That's absolutely massive. It's going to mean that Croutons are going to be getting in late. excuse me, they're trying to look for that Sombra. It won't quite as little pricey. They have the EMP. They have a chance to win this,
They
as well as the
do.
Sombra is going to be giving them a defensive edge. 25 seconds left and counting the clock.
Yeah, and we don't. Well, we will have to. Yeah, this is all gonna come down to the EMP. We will see.
There it
Oh,
is. It's able to find at least 3. It's going to be an immediate
one,
collapse on a Nor. Little
two.
Pricey finds
Oh,
2. Dylan returns the favor with the Death Blossom. He's going to be able to find Death Wizard. The Death. Oh my goodness. The South Bear gets canceled up on the side. They give the Groove. He's able to
Gabe.
find 2. Little Pricey and oh my goodness. He's
Yo,
finding 2 as well. Dapper gets down to 1
Gabe.
HP. Oh my goodness. Gabe the Groove is going absolutely insane on the Jungle
Gabe.
Queen. Overtime ticks down. And this will be a defensive hold here. Overtime
Gabe.
ticking. Nobody's going to be able to touch. And Rush will hold on on the first and a half point.
What a crazy play by the Gabe there with Junker Queen, and that was, oh my gosh, just pull the all out, slash the axe there, and then just knock Diva's mech, just completely slice that mech in half. Oh, very nice work and very good representation of what that character can do.
Absolutely. Man, I mean, looking at these stats, you can't help but hammer the same point home. Dylan and Zane leading the lobby, bar none in terms of DPS power, but a lot of that goes to Repper on the Mercy. And we're also seeing Nor with some
She has
uh
3.6k healing. Very nice work for that first round, Noir.
I will say Noir has been getting some very nice anti-nades, making it very
Yeah.
hard for Croutons to press forward here. But on the other side, I loved the aggression. Once we got through the first point, I loved the aggression coming in from Croutons. They had it. They were in rhythm. They were capable. They almost got there. It was just a last-minute touch from the side of Rush that sort of stopped their attack, and they were able to catch them off guard. But if they're able to
Yeah, I
continue
think
that
that spawn
aggression,
advantage definitely took Croutons off guard, because if the point's like that close, their spawn is basically right where the point is, and so even trading is not it's not in your favor when you get a trade when you're that close.
Croutons will be holding the high ground here. Very smart from them. It
Ooh,
makes it difficult to press forward, but
whoa.
Zane's gonna be able to find a little pricey. Oh my goodness, beautiful deflect there, as well as a nice shuriken flick. He will be getting found by Dapper quite quickly though. Dylan has the Mercy boost. Is gonna be putting out lots of pressure there. The res will come through
Ooh.
from Repper. Zane will get a second chance to press forward here on the high ground. He will dash in. Will anybody be able to find him? They are struggling for it. He will get away with his life as he's backed up by the rest of his support, and that will be Dylan finding a pick.
And Dylan getting that pick on on Dapper. Dapper's gonna have a long way to go to get back.
It will be Zane eventually being found by Death Wizard. Death Wizard with that hit scan is very accurate, very deadly. Dylan finds two though. Death Wizard and Esbroth both go down. The price going to find Repper as well, and it's just Trade City left, right, front, and center. The high ground working very well here for the side of Croutons. Dylan will be able to find Little Pricey in a very close one-on-one. Immortality Field out as well as Gabe finds Gumball. Croutons, they're not wanting to give this one up, but it will be Rush pushing forward to the first point.
The DPS making plays here with Dylan on the Cassidy, and also Little Pricey making some crazy plays as Tracer. Getting that Mercy kill is super vital, but unfortunately just barely Dylan beat Little Pricey there in that 1v1.
Ooh, Zane almost gets rocked to the core. It's a nice stick from Little Pricey to find Repper. It will find the Mercy, so there will be no res available. That's a very nice, strong start for the side of Croutons. They're going to be able to find a third, make that a fourth here in just a minute, and they will be holding here very close on point 2.
Yeah, Little Pricey using that pulse bomb to take out Repper, which is one of the main issues that is that they are having with Mercy. Ooh, we see an interesting approach here coming from this far.
Death Wizard using the window to try to find any picks he can. It doesn't quite go through in the high noon. Dylan is able to find Esbroth just in time. Also damage boost. Dylan's able to find 2 with the sticky bomb. The sticky bomb doing wonders for him. There's gonna be able to find Little Pricey as well. Gumball uses the flux to find Dylan back. It's gonna be lots of DPS pressure out for the side of Rush as Death Wizard dueling Zane takes the support win, and it might be Croutons able to stabilize here.
Very nice work by Death Wizard. Dodging and weaving Zane there.
Dapper's got to be careful. He's
Run,
down to
Dapper!
he's down to less than 100
Nice.
HP.
Got the
He
healing.
gets the mega, and it will
98
be
on
him.
ult.
He has the blade. Is he going to be able to using it? He will as well. Diving into the back line. Will he be able to find a pick? No, he won't.
Both
Noir
Dragon
and Dylan going to be
Blades.
finding the picks they need on both supports,
Zane.
and the blade will be returned by Zane. Jim and Dylan's going to find a little pricey, and that will be a very nice, patient open from the side of Rush.
Very nice work. That team fight was super long, but perseverance was key there. We definitely saw Dylan and Zane shine with their DPS. Dylan just going crazy with Cassidy.
Oh, Zane managing to stay alive for a
Oh,
little bit now, but Esbroth will be able to pick him
overextended.
off. Croutons might be able to capitalize on this. As Gabe, he has the Junker Queen ultimate. He has the Whirlwind, the giant anti.
Oh,
As Gumball's gonna be able to find one as well. Trade City left, right, front, and center. As Dylan finds two. Dylan's been going insane on this cast. He's a tank player.
yeah.
He plays ball, but he's going absolutely crazy on this
Also,
cast.
Lil
Little
Pricey.
Pricey follows it up as well and finds two, and Croutons will be holding once again.
Yeah, Lil Pricey is hitting his
Yep.
shots with Tracer as well, but it's all about how to approach here. And we do see Lil Pricey kind of waiting here for a good opportunity. Ooh.
High noon return from both Cassidys as neither one of them want to pick each other. Dylan gets a nice pulse bomb. It's not quite able to find Dylan, but it will get followed up by Death
No.
Wizard. The resurrection is forced, and Dapper and Little Pricey take that opportunity to find the picks they need.
Wow.
Very nice ultimate from the side of Gabe the Guru. Finds 4 with the anti-heal. Will picks be able to made? They're both supports at 1 HP. Dylan finds Gumball in the front and Death Wizard as well. It's a brutal fight. It's
my
extremely
goodness.
close. It's a great try from the side of Croutons, but Dylan fights
Ah.
4. He's insane. He's nuts.
Gabe.
And the DPS boost from the side of Lil Ripper will be allowing them to press forward here. Will anybody be able to touch in time?
Did you see Lil Pricey? Oh, never mind. Just got
And that-
lasered.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we saw Gabe with that crazy Junker Queen ult, and then Dylan taking so much advantage of that, using with all those all the supports and everyone antied back there. That worked out in their favor. That was such a good play by Little Pricey, trying to high noon pulse bomb the high noon, but fortunately for Dylan there, Repper was right there to heal res, and very nice work by everyone on Rush. Clean games all around.
Absolutely. Croutons, you had a lot of really good moments.
Yeah.
Like I'm to be entirely honest, a lot of good moments.